It is still hot.
Thank you.
You got it with it. Is that good for you? Okay. A little more?
There you go, thanks. Thank you. I don't know how I'm going to live up to all everything that's been said. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Pete. Good to see you again. You and I being the endangered species, still hanging in there.
Extinct now.
Not extinct, not at all. I have to say, first of all, that I just made a seismic change in my own self, watching the people here and listening to Megan, because Megan is young and has the attitude that she has. And I've gone through my life doing all the things that I've done, but always being a cynic. I was a cynic from when I was very little. And people say, oh, you're an idealist. And I say, no, I'm a cynic. But in fact, I was a realist. And I think one can be a realist and live in this world, which is such a precarious world right now, and also I won't be an optimist, but I will be a realist and say yes, that these good things can happen if we work hard enough. And so I think that for all of us, seeing on the smaller scale or the nearer scale, that victories are inevitable if we put the work in. And I stand by that action is the antidote to despair. So thank you. That being said, I wanted to mention just briefly, I watched the Treasure of the Sierra Madre last night for the 50th time. I had forgotten the part where the older guy, after having ripped the mountain up with his two younger friends to dig for gold, they're leaving the mountain, they're quitting, and they're taking their gold and leaving, and he says, well, not until we clean up the mess we made. And Bogart says, huh? He said, yes, we have to give back to the mountain what we took away. And even Bogart said, okay. So he got it, sort of. So they do, they clean up what the holes they dug and the things they built. And as they're all leaving the mountain, the old man says goodbye, and the younger man says goodbye, and then Humphrey thinks, yeah, okay, goodbye. But he got it. And so we have to get it. Lenny told stories about Lenny and me, but she made them short. They were long, Lenny. Those were long meetings. And I remember one of them where the solid folks against us were filled, the room was filled with them. It was only Lenny and me who were going to get up and say what we wanted to say about it. Plus, nobody understood it. I mean, they were saying, we want this for our horses, and I wanted it for the horses. I wanted it beautiful for the people. I did not want to see the trails as they were, which are full of junk. And so eventually we began to understand each other. But in the early days, literally, it was like having a reward wanted sign in the village bakery to get Joan Baez, to sign here. I don't know what they were signing for, but it wasn't anything that was good that was going to happen to me. And Lenny and I were at one meeting, and the place was full and fully charged, and Lenny got up and said something, and nobody responded. And then the next pro-horse park person would get up, and they'd go, yeah! And then I got up, not a peep. Everybody's mouth is turned down like that. I said, don't I even get a smile? Nothing. I mean nothing. We have come a very long way, Lenny, a very long way. And then I wanted to mention that going into summer every year for me is going from a chronic low-grade anxiety, which is my whole life, to a chronic high-grade anxiety because there was not enough water in the park for the animals. And so it was battling with Larry Gimple and Gail They wanted to feed the birds and the animals too, but what was going to be a priority? Filling those ponds in 70, 80 degree heat where it just evaporates practically overnight, and I'm nagging at them. So Lenny's idea of putting in this little pond for birds is, for me, is just huge. It means I can cut back to my chronic low-grade anxiety from the high grade, and that's a big step. Summer's a long time, you know. So I want to thank you. I want to thank the committee for deciding to do this. I want to thank them for honoring me. There are so many people who should be honored in my place or with me, and so many of you are here. So I thank you for being here. I thank you for honoring me. I thank you for the horse park, and I thank you for the gift of the bird feeding pond, and which the deer and coyote can still use as well. We still have them. Pete, we still get coyotes right across the street. Thank you.